record this. Okay. Well, welcome in everybody. Happy Saturday. This is our continued education class. We are on week 4 of our series as part of Go Drop Society. So today we will talk all about essential skincare. Just to kind of recap what we've been going over for the past couple of weeks is we talked about nutrition with Giselle. We talked about toxin-free living, with Eichel and her team. And then last week we talked about women's health as well as oils for every age. So today we're actually going to talk all about skincare, but I'm glad that the skincare comes in at where it is in our series because we kind of touch upon different things, as you will notice in previous weeks. So I just want to make sure that if you missed the previous weeks, don't worry. We'll still kind of dig in a little bit about those, but you can always find your recorded sessions here. It's especially for just members, so that includes everybody here today. You can go to godropsociety.com/goldropmembers, and then the password is the society, and you'll be able to look and watch and see all of the recorded sessions from our continued education classes. Okay, so this is not your typical class. I do ask and invite you to bring your questions, type it in the chat, feel free to unmute yourself because this class is really to help serve you folks. Skin is super personal. No one size fits all. Everybody's skin is a little bit different. So please note that no one is better than the other. So all of our concerns are very valid and it's personal. So we welcome them. I want to make sure I help answer any of your specific concerns and questions. And if you have questions, sometimes that actually might be something similar that somebody else is going through. So don't be shy. We're all one family here. But I want to know, are there specific things that you love about your skin? Let's start with the positive on a Saturday morning, right? Are there things you love about your skin? What are some things or attributes of your skin that you love? I can get started. One of mine is I actually love that my skin is fair. I am half Filipino, half Portuguese, and my dad's side, the Filipino side, is actually pretty dark, but I'm a little bit more fair, which one allows me to tan easily, but two, I feel like for me, I don't stay burnt very fast or very long. So that's one thing I love about my skin. So what are some things that you folks love about your skin? You can type it in the chat or feel free to unmute. I'll give you a minute. Oh, thank you, Precious, for putting that in the chat. So if you need the info on where to find our member page, that is the one. Okay, now on the flip side, what are some things with our skin that you are looking to improve? Are there certain areas or certain aspects that there's certain things that you wish you can improve and want to address today or kind of ask about? Oh, yes, I love that you can tan easily, and especially here in Hawaii. It's not, it's not uncommon that we can tan super easily. Precious, I love that your skin is normally acne free. Oh my gosh, that's a blessing. Okay, while you folks start typing in the chat, I love it, keep it coming. There is a little intro that I want to do just to introduce myself. So for those of you who don't know me, and I apologize, I should have done this at the beginning. My name is Brittany Atiburcio. I am the wellness advocate on Go Drop Society and also the creator of Lex & Co. So we are part of the Lex & Co team I created. I have some of my team members on here as well, so good to see them on. And honestly, my journey last year, my New Year's resolution was to get my skin to a point where I love it so much. I like would obsess about skincare for years and years, and it just never worked. So last year I took it a point to just focus on skincare. So that's kind of why I'm super excited to be able to talk to you folks, because my skin took a journey. I see oily skin in the chat. That was me. And we'll get into that in a minute. Dark spots. Okay, dark spots are definitely a common thing, to be honest. I have discoloration. So on the bottom half of my face, I actually don't really have pigment in my skin. And this was due to like toxins from a product that I was given to help with acne. So I suffer from like hormonal acne, I have very oily skin, kind of as was mentioned in the chat. That was one of your concerns. That was me. I had acne and I would try products left and right. And one of the products basically stripped the pigment out of my skin. And so I like Googled it afterward and looked into it. And there was a lot of harmful chemicals in there that reacted with the sunlight that made it basically discolor the bottom half of my face. So know that there are natural solutions to help you. So if you have those questions or concerns, we will go through that today. Okay, I'm seeing lots of things coming in the chat. I'm loving it. Yay. Okay, so combo skin is common. Dry patches, fine lines, and the lack of glow. Okay, so you want that more glowing appeal. Definitely can help you with that. Freckles and dark spots. Sorry, I want to Kui, do you mind kind of clarifying, do you love your freckles and then the dark spots are your concerns, or are both kind of concerns? Just want clarification on there. Combo skin, and depending on the season, you can get drier. Okay, anti-aging, dry spots, dark spots on the chin. Okay. Oh, and I love, Rochelle, that you said your skin heals pretty easily and quickly. That's love. Okay, both are concerns for the freckles and dark spots. Got it. Okay. All right. Continue to share as things come up in today's class. Please feel free to type it in the chat. I want to make sure I'm addressing those as we go through it. I have them open for you folks, so know that keep it coming. Okay, but we're gonna continue on. And I thought I first want to start here. So this is actually something that I worked with my esthetician, who's also my auntie, and we delved into skincare because of my specific concerns, right? So I was really concerned about it. I was like, I need to understand my skin. And before she even was like, let's try this, or you need to come for a facial, she was like, let's look at your skin and how it's mapped. So this is not something new. Face mapping is not something new. It's been around for years and years and years, and it's actually very common in Chinese medicine, right? In the similar sense of like acupuncture points, but it's in the theory that like different parts of your body are all connected together. And in your face, as you can see, it's actually a lot of different parts and different body systems. So I'm gonna help break it down a little bit for you. But the first thing she told me was, did you know that your skin is really an indication of what's going on in the inside, right? Our skin is our largest organ that we have, and it's the most visible for sure. But it's actually telling us something whenever there's things coming up. So as you folks said, there's like dryness, or maybe there's concerns. Some of you had said there's like oily skin, so maybe there's a breakout somewhere. That is an indication of what's going on inside. So it breaks it down into different zones on your face. And we'll get into, you know, things to help you in these tips in your specific concerns in a second. But take a look at some of the concerns that you have in the chat, or things that you might have reflected for yourself. Do you notice they're on certain areas of your face? Know that the face extends all the way down to your chest as well as your back, like in the same area. So I can't tell if you can see, but that's the gist of it, of like where you can actually tell of how long your face skin extends to. Okay, that was told by like another like famous esthetician. I was watching a YouTube video and she was like, yeah, a lot of people stop here on their skincare regimen, right? They stop at their chin, but you have to go actually down your neck and down to your chest, right? TMI, guys, it's literally from nipple to nipple and then all the way back into the equal side on the back side. So that's kind of the extent of where your facial skin extends. But if you have concerns, particularly in the forehead area and then in the upper cheek, so this is going to be like right here, you know, where a lot of people put their highlighter or highlight product, that is going to be connected to your large intestine. Okay, the inner cheek, so right over here, where you can kind of see on her face, is going to be related to your small intestines. Upper eyelids is going to be your adrenals, which is also related to stress management and hormone management. Under your eye or your lower eye is going to be your kidneys. The nose is your esophagus. The upper lip and right under your nose area is your stomach. And then when we get into the mouth, we talk about the rectum, and this extends to the chin. And then when you get to your jawline, it goes through different sections of our liver. So liver one, which I'll get into in a second, liver 2, and then liver 3 is your chest. So liver 1 is like the jawline, liver 2 is going to be your neck, and then 3 is your chest. So are there specific parts that you folks are noticing, like your concerns are kind of on? Okay. For me, I just started getting breakouts like literally right under my eyebrow. And I thought like, oh, maybe it's my eyebrow pencil, right? Maybe it's the makeup tools I'm using. But it turns out doing this exercise, I was like, oh, it's related to my adrenals. The question if you have concerns on your upper eye is, how's your stress management? How's your stress levels? Let me tell you that for the past 3 weeks, it's been super stressful for me. And that's my body showing it now as a breakout under my eyebrow. So kind of reflect into that as well too, as you think about it. I'm going to be very honest. I start to break out a lot here. So this is like transparency, guys, of like, this is no filter, right? I have breakouts along like my cheeks over here. Sometimes here in like more recently, it's been here on like my apples of my cheeks and definitely along my jawline. Whenever I get it on my cheeks, I reflect back of like, what am I eating over the past couple weeks? Majority of the time it's because I had like Diet Coke or a Coke or some kind of soda because I don't know, just the carbonation tastes so good sometimes and I need it. But anytime I do that, I notice a breakout right here. Sometimes along my forehead as well too. So that's related to your large intestine. Like also think back, do you regularly go to the bathroom, right? If not, is your skin telling you an indication that there's something going on there, whether it's a breakout or dryness, right? Other common things that I've heard is redness, right? Like redness around the stomach area, the stomach area, relation to your face, so by your nose, redness over there. Rosacea is also very common. That can definitely be exacerbated by stress, as well as diet. So if you're not putting healthy nutrients in, your skin is definitely going to show it out, and then it gets exacerbated, by stress. Okay, but this kind of breaks it down. I did want to note, I don't see anything specifically in the chat coming through just yet about like specific areas, but I used to get breakouts or like weird bumps along down the side of my neck. This is related to the liver, right? This area on your neck is related to the liver, especially your chest too. And so anytime there's like something coming up on that area, a purge is good, right? Purge is like detoxing your body. So that's not the issue. Part of it here is, what are you ingesting that your liver can't process? So a lot of the times when you see breakouts or any concerns along your neck, particularly, it's because your liver is having a hard time breaking down something or purging something. A lot of the times for me, it comes from the produce I buy, and I know it's not always easy to buy organic. And so I'm one to like buy, my lettuce from Costco, which is great. I love it. But know that if you're, depending on your produce and how they wash it, right? So washing your fruits and veggies are super important, right? With some On Guard, letting it soak with some lemon, right? Detoxing anything that could be on it. Because fun fact, if there's like pesticides or any kind of chemicals that were sprayed while they were, in the soil or anything else, if your body ingests it and you start to notice here, that's usually where it comes from. It's because your body's trying to detox those chemicals from the produce that you're eating. Yeah, super interesting. Okay. Yes, gastrointestinal care is the key as it relates to so much. Yes, so true. As you can see, right? The large intestine covers majority of our face, and then the small intestine. Then as you notice, the stomach, kidneys, and liver, all part of that whole system is related to our face. Okay, so that takes me to the next slide. We start with the beauty from the inside in, right? So I know you came to talk about skin and maybe wanted to get your tips on skincare. Trust me, we'll get to that in a second. But we start from the inside out. As you see, there's so many parts of our face that are connected to our digestive system and connected to our gut. So we want to make sure we are putting things in that are going to help your gut. That way it shows from the inside out. Okay, so LLV, I am guilty that I am not good at taking it. So to help me, I set a timer on my phone for 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. and it goes off to remind me to take my LLV every day. So I am now religious on it now that I have that system in place to include that LLV reminder. But it helps so much. I can tell, I know some of you had said dryness. I can tell a difference in my skin when I'm not giving it the nutrients it needs. It tends to be very dry. I notice I start to break out because of the lack of oil. I know people that think that's kind of counterintuitive, right? If you have combination skin, there's some parts that are really oily, some parts that are not. It could be that the dryness areas are still breaking out or showing concerns of like those dryness because it's trying to overproduce what you keep stripping out. So there's that part of it, but keep replenishing your body with healthy nutrients, right? Everything is tied from the inside out. So LLV is definitely a must. 2 times a day, every single day. If you can't get to 2 times a day and it's a lot for you, start with half a dose. So 1 time a day, or even break it down even further if you need to. But I would say at least 1 time a day, take it, then build yourself up to 2 times a day, okay? I mean, look at all the nutrients that are in it. Super, super good. And we talked about it in week 1, right, with Giselle. Additional internal support. Yaropalm. I take this every single day. It's so good. It's yarrow, first of all, the yarrow oil that we know and love that's beautiful and blue, from also combined with pomegranate seed oil, so it gets that rich color. That's in this supplement. But in addition to it, it actually has like Melissa, which is like one of the most expensive oils we have. Like, let's just be frank about that. And it has frankincense, but it enhances the glowiness of the skin. So some of you were saying that you have some dryness concerns. I would suggest trying out the Yaropalm supplement, inside out, right? I love that supplement. And I know that for me, part of it is because I have combination skin. I need something to, tie to both sides of it. I love that it also has collagen or increases collagen production. So for those of us who are concerned about anti-aging, right, we want to make sure we're helping support our body produce the right amount of collagen. So definitely would suggest Yaropalm. Terrazyme is another one. So for some of you who may have concerns about diet, being able to process your food. So, right, if you have those kind of specific concerns in those areas that we talked about on your face, I would actually look into including Terrazyme, because maybe there's something in your digestive system that can't break down what you need, or you're having a hard time breaking down what you need. A lot of the times, eczema comes up in our conversations about skin, and a lot of people are like, oh, you just put a topical cream on it. That is not necessarily true. Actually, Aiko, who's not, I don't think she's on the call this morning, but she had shared with me that Terrazyme had worked wonders for her kids with eczema. So I actually tried it for my friend. I suggested it to her because she was like, literally miserable. Like it was super red and super itchy and like just painful. So I gave her Yaropalm oil to like soothe it with some lavender, gave her the Yaropalm supplement, but I actually gave her the Terrazyme. And I said, take your time, go through once at a time. Like try one. If that doesn't help the first week, try the other one the second week, and then the Terrazyme on the third. By the third week, she was like, this helped me the most. So I truly love Terrazyme. Oh yay, Caitlin got it. Yes, I love Terrazyme. I eat it. I take it 1 to 2 after every meal, just because I personally have digestive issues. So I make sure that I take it there. Okay, PB Assist, probiotics, right? So we talked about this in the first week as well. These are double encapsulated, so you get a prebiotic as well as a probiotic, but the beauty of how they did this technology for the capsule is that the probiotic actually gets to the gut and is not eaten up by your stomach acid. So this is also really good to help with overall digestive health and gut health. And then making sure that you drink water. I am guilty of not drinking enough water. So a couple tips for you folks, if you want to definitely kind of focus on skin, is you definitely want to drink much more water. It says to drink at least half of your body weight in ounces per day, which can seem like a lot, but to help you through that, there's tips to drink more water, right? Adding in like a citrus oil like lemon or tangerine, since those are part of today's BOGO deals, adding it to your water to drink. You can also add in the greens or fiber supplements that we have. Those actually are sweet and because they're naturally sweetened with monk fruit, and you can drink and consume water that way, but you want to aim for at least half of your body weight in ounces. Okay, are the pomegranate pills different from taking the oil internally in a veggie cap? Yes, they are, because the capsules are actually infused with other products, not just the oil. So it includes like that Melissa, it includes frankincense, and I believe it includes grapeseed oil. Yeah, grapeseed. So you wanna, if you were debating about the two, that's the difference of them, rather than just making it your own. Okay. All right, so skincare lines. We have different skincare lines, part of doTERRA. I love that they create it in this way. So I have tried it out, right? Remember I told you that like skincare was my issue, right? I have a lot of skin concerns. I wanted to be able to like hashtag no makeup, no filter, right? And go all natural. So I've tried it all. So if you have questions about specific ones, you can type it in the chat or unmute yourself, because girl, I've tried it all. The first one is the Virage system. Now, this is one of the newer lines that we have. I personally love it because it's infused with Immortelle, and Immortelle is like the holy grail of skincare oils that I would say is like a close winner to Yaropalm. But this whole Virage line is made around it. So what is included is you actually have a facial cleanser, which is this white one here. It comes with a toner. It comes with the Virage serum, which is this small green one, which is literally Immortelle just diluted a little with more carrier oils that are really good, like jojoba oil for your skin. Super good. And then I like that it came with the moisturizer as well. This one's a little bit more lightweight. So if you're looking into, you know, I want a moisturizer to moisturize it, but I don't want anything heavy, right? So if you typically have oily skin and you're like, I want to moisturize, because still, if you have oily skin, you still want to moisturize, but you don't want to add more moisture to it, this might be a good one for you. Immortelle is known as the anti-aging blend. So I saw there was a concern in the chat that somebody had mentioned anti-aging concerns. This might be your line. Great, great, great for anti-aging, because it has that Immortelle blend blended through it. Know that you can buy it as a kit, or you can buy them individually as well. So if you just want to try one, or try the toner, or try, you know, the serum, you can buy them individually, or it also comes as a bundled set for a discounted price. Okay, the next one is HD Clear. So some of you had said oily skin. This is also really great for maybe if you have children who are kind of getting to that teen years or puberty years where their hormones are kind of a little crazy and they have a lot of different skin concerns. Speaking from somebody who wrestled in high school, sports equipment is super, super dirty, right? And when you're sweating, it's all gross. Like I had like that headpiece on and I'd always break out over here because that chin strap. This HD Clear might be the line for you. So it promotes clear skin. It's very, to me, a little more drying. So if you are like overproducing the amount of oil on your skin, or if acne is like your main concern, this kit would be for you. So it has the cleanser, which is this foaming cleanser. Pro tip, you might want to save this bottle and use it to upcycle for hand soap on the go if you need hand soap and you don't want to bring your massive bottle with you on the go. This makes a really good hand soap or dispenser for like travel. It also comes with a roller. So HD Clear, like the main component in it is going to be Melaleuca or tea tree oil. So I liked it to like spot treat. I wouldn't recommend like rolling it all over. I would recommend just doing like a spot treatment on it. So you can definitely use it for any kind of breakouts. Oh, I love that your teens are using HD line. Yes, a lot of the teens definitely love this one. Okay. And then it also comes with the moisturizer. So this one is a 3-step. So washer, face wash, spot treatment, and then the moisturizer. And then the last one is the complete essential skincare line. I have tried this one and I have bits and pieces of each line that I love. This complete line is honestly the one that I probably go to the most because it's actually good for all skin types, right? So this one is like, if you're really concerned about anti-aging, this one is really concerned if you're about like breakouts or acne prone skin. And then this one is kind of ideal for all, like especially if you have combination skin, this might be the line for you. It comes with the kit itself comes with a bunch of different stuff, right? So there's a cleanser, which is here. There's an invigorating scrub, which is kind of like an exfoliant, but definitely more gentle, not as harsh as those apricot scrubs, which actually are not very good for your skin. So I like this one because it's a little bit more gentle. It does come with a toner. There's a brightening cream, a tightening serum. There is also the hydrating moisturizer, as well as your other moisturizer and eye cream. So a lot of different things together into one. Particularly during this time of year in the winter months, well, we're now in spring, but in the winter months, a lot of our skin tends to dry out, right? Just because of the moisture in the air, especially here in Hawaii, we might not get as many, cool breezes. So your skin might feel a little bit more dry. This hydrating cream, so good. And for those of you who have mentioned, I see it in the chat that there was like BOGO boxes that you got. My pro tip is to add in a drop of Blue Tansy to this because Blue Tansy is super good for skin. It's full of antioxidants. So I would even recommend adding it to any of your serums, honestly, or any of your moisturizers as well. So super good. I do love this eye cream. It does already have Blue Tansy in it and frankincense as well. So right, when in doubt, use frank. It's because they're so good for your skin. That's definitely an oil that I have, and I love that it's infused in this particular line. But no, like I said, you can break apart different things. I use the face wash from the Virage line. I use the moisturizer from the Essential Skincare line. And then I use like the spot treatment from the HD Clear line. So know that you don't have to follow just one regimen. You can take bits and pieces of what you like. Okay, let me check the chat. Niece had bad acne on her forehead, gave her the HD Clear collection to try. And after being consistent and using it, it cleared up. Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome to hear. Yes, HD Clear is very good for acne skin and breakouts, right? It helps kind of draw the toxins out of your pores. So that's super good. Okay, Auntie Wendy says the Virage, she's used, but had to make sure that the face wash make sure I wash my face right after work because of the breakouts in the chin area, because she has to wear a mask a lot for work. Okay, so for those of us who constantly wear masks and don't have the luxury to work at home without a mask, right? And maybe that's your job, that you have to be a frontline employee, which first and foremost, kudos to you. Thank you so much for always working on the front line and being out there. I know the mask mandate is still in effect. So here's my tip for you to help prevent from breakouts when you wear your mask. Take a spray bottle, or you upcycle like a previous bottle that's now empty. You're gonna put a spray topper on it though, okay? But all you're gonna put is maybe 5 drops of Melaleuca, 5 drops of lavender. I like to add in like another oil, but those 2 at minimum, Melaleuca and lavender. Top it off with water, shake really well before you use, and then spray it on your mask before and after, just to clean it. That way, when you wear it, it's kind of putting it on your skin. Melaleuca is very good because it has antibacterial properties. Lavender is similar as well too. So just, I would do that before you put on your masks and even after to clean it. So that would be my tip. But I love that you use that Virage one. Okay. Any questions on the skincare lines, or any one from the team who wants to kind of talk more about these skincare lines? I'll pause here. If you folks want to unmute and share some of your stories, we would love to hear it. Hi, Auntie Lori. Thank you for joining. Does the doTERRA create a sunscreen? No. Yes. Same with Precious. I really wish they do. Hawaii does have that mandate in effect that came actually January 1st of this year, that we can only use reef safe sunscreen to prevent the erosion of our coral reefs and protect them. So I really wish that doTERRA had something. What is the third oil I use for my mask mix? I use Frank, because when in doubt, I always use Frank. And for me, Frank always is great for my skin. That's like one of the oils I directly put on my skin before I put my moisturizer on. So I do those 3, Frank, Melaleuca, and or Melaleuca, tea tree, and lavender. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Oh, sorry. Too fast. Okay. So I know we talked about common skin concerns, but we're just gonna breeze through some of the most common ones. I know there were some that you folks brought up. So the first one is redness. Redness can come for a variety of different things, but most of the time it's an indication of inflammation in the body, right? We talked about how it correlates to things and different body systems on our face. So that would be the first part there, is to see, is there possible like inflammation in that area? If not, there could be something that's just agitating it, so your skin becomes inflamed. So things to use to help soothe the irritation would be yarrow palm, right? We talked about that when it's a combination of yarrow oil and pomegranate oil. Really, really good, really hydrating. Helichrysum, it also comes in a touch version that you can easily apply and roll onto your skin. Correct X, which is our like natural Neosporin. I only use this for like cuts, to be honest, and redness on my skin. That I wouldn't necessarily use it for acne, but definitely good if you are breaking out in a rash. Then I would recommend using Correct X actually, and then frankincense. So super gentle oils, right? We don't want oils that are a little bit more strong or a little bit more spicy, because that will only agitate it a little bit more. So you want to use calming oils whenever you have redness. For those of us who may have scars, right? Acne scars, or maybe you got hurt as a kid or more recently, and there's just a scar that you want to kind of dissipate the appearance of it. So things that you want to apply on would be geranium. Geranium is made from a flower, so it's a super sweet smelling oil. Yarrow palm, again, frankincense touch, because you could easily apply it to the area. Know that you can also use the frankincense in a 15 ml or 5 ml, however you have it, as well as neroli to apply those on for scars. Breakouts, if you are concerned about breakouts, tea tree oil, right? We talked about how tea tree's main like component or features that it has antibacterial properties, right? So you want to take away the bacteria that's causing the breakouts. Okay, so let's say it with me. Breakouts are not bad. I feel like our society has like gotten into this like, oh my God, she has a pimple. We have to hide it, put concealer on it, hide it, hide it, hide it. Breakouts are not bad. It's just our body's natural way of purging. So it's purging something that's inside of us and wants to get it out. It's kind of like a splinter, right? If you have a splinter that's super deep, your body will eventually purge it out if you can't get it out with like a tweezer or something. Your body will naturally purge it out. So breakouts are just your body naturally purging. But to help it purge, these are some things that can help like not add to the bacteria for your skin. So HD Clear we talked about, tea tree, rose is really gentle as well too, and actually has antibacterial properties that's very similar as well. But actually for purging, to encourage purging and like detoxing, drinking lemon with your water will definitely help, right? It's a natural detox, very gentle on your digestive system, or even considering Zendocrine to take it internally. Fun fact, I love to drink, and I typically have like dark spots under here, under my eyes, and that's usually related to your kidneys, and usually occurs on the mornings after I drink. So taking Zendocrine helps my body detox and helps my liver and my kidneys after I've had a couple of drinks with my family. So know that like you can definitely do that. Ash is laughing at me. Yep, I definitely use Zendocrine as my anti-hangover cure. Okay, brown spots. This was a concern. Now, I know you had mentioned, somebody had mentioned freckles. Okay, I have freckles. That's the Portuguese side, and I have like a nail amount of like Irish. But because I have that fair skin, I actually break out in freckles only on my back, and it's usually related to sun. Know that freckles aren't bad, but maybe there's just ways that we can help your body either recover, so use of sunscreen daily, right? Or maybe there's just like some dark pigmentation that we just want to help encourage your body detox, because sometimes the dark pigmentation could be something that is related to your gut health actually coming through your skin. So I would suggest using frankincense, lavender. Sandalwood is actually really, really good for skin. There's two different types. There's the sandalwood that comes from India, and it just has, sorry, I don't know if you can see that, sandalwood on the bottle, or there's Hawaiian sandalwood that actually is grown on the Big Island, also known as Iliahi. So I would suggest using those as well. Adding it to your moisturizer. If you notice the dark spots on other areas of your body, right? We're not just talking about our face, but like maybe you have a dark spot on your leg, which I do. So I include like add a couple of drops of these oils to my body lotion and then kind of massage it in. So, oh, and black spruce. You can definitely use black spruce as well, which is not a common one people think of when they think of skincare, but definitely helpful for anti-aging and helping with that pigmentation in your skin. Okay, last one is anti-aging. So oils we talked about was the Immortelle, right? But there's also neroli, myrrh, which is super good, and it's very precious oil, as well as frankincense. Okay. All right, so I have some fun recipes for you folks. These are some that I've shared with a couple of my customers in the past. I know when we did BOGO, I shared this turmeric face mask, but these are fun recipes that you can try to use your oils for your skin concerns. So under eye serum, so if you don't necessarily use the under eye cream that is part of the essential line, you can make your own serum. So it includes frankincense, geranium, cypress, blue tansy, right? We all got that in the BOGO box this week. And you top it off with jojoba oil. You can definitely put it in a 10 ml and use a dropper top, or apply it, put it in like a upcycled roller bottle, and then just roll it on under your eyes as well. Turmeric face mask. This one is super easy to make. It includes flour, your turmeric oil, yogurt, and honey. So turmeric is actually really great for skin because it helps with inflammation. So a lot of the times when we're either experiencing, right, like rosacea, eczema, there could be some inflammation in the skin. So this is really, really great to use. I don't know about you, but Chester, I mean, he's a boy, right? And he plays baseball. And so sometimes he comes home with like these big, like raspberry and strawberries from like sliding or playing on the field, or like grass burns. You could do the same thing and apply it onto burns like that. I am not the best cook and I burn my arms and my hands a lot. So putting this, making this and actually keeping it in the fridge to apply on burns can actually help soothe and help lessen the inflammation as well. Okay, another one is makeup remover. As we learned from Aiko, a lot of our beauty products actually are full of toxins, right? So where can we find ways to encourage more healthy choices? So I would recommend a makeup remover. I don't know about you, but I was like subject to, you know, the Neutrogena wipes for like, I was like in love with those when they came out, right? They were so convenient in a package to go. But they were just so harsh on my skin. Like if I were to use that today, my skin would basically break out in like a red rash all over my face. So this is a much more gentle recipe. Know that you can also just use like fractionated coconut oil to take off your makeup. If you have eyelash extensions like me, I would just recommend this one and just not using it around your eyes, and then go with a Q-tip in to be a little bit more detail oriented so you don't waste your lash extensions that you just paid for. So it includes distilled water. Distilled water is important so you're not adding in any, you know, bacteria from the pipes into it. So it's more filtered water, clean water. Witch hazel, which is really good for skin. You could definitely use that by itself as a toner with a couple of drops of your favorite oil. Fractionated coconut oil, 10 drops of frankincense, and 7 drops of lavender, excuse me. You could use this recipe to make your own wipes. That's a great idea. And I just saw that just because everyone has access to it now, the marketplace has those reusable paper towels from doTERRA. That's part of the Healing Hands collection. You could cut them up actually into smaller ones and make this recipe. That's a great idea. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Auntie Wendy. You just like gave me so much inspiration. I think I'm going to try that. Make my own wipes. And then this last one is a Blue Tansy clay facial mask. So bentonite clay, you can definitely get it at a Whole Foods store. Amazon sells it, to be honest. Apple cider vinegar, then you add in Blue Tansy, frankincense, and lavender. Or if you don't have this, don't fret. You just get the doTERRA clay mask, the detoxing clay mask. That is probably my favorite mask ever, which is a lot to say because I use a lot of face masks, right? I'm that facial mask nerd. But the doTERRA one is so good. It's safe for even guys too, so don't stray away and think it's only for girls. My dad uses it. They will kill me if they hear this. My dad uses it and I'm getting tested to use it. And honestly, it just helps cleans out your pores. But my tip is add a drop of Blue Tansy, 1 to 2. My thing with Blue Tansy is that it's so potent, has so much antioxidants, so good. But putting it straight on your face will make the blue stay. It does not easily absorb. So you definitely want to use a carrier oil or put it in a mask for your body to absorb the antioxidants. I actually put it on a breakout. I was having like a little pimple situation. So I put Blue Tansy on my like breakout. And then the next morning it was still blue. And I thought I washed my face good enough that you couldn't really tell that I put a oil there. Put makeup on, went to work. Now this is pre-pandemic, right? So I went into work and everybody asked me who punched me in the face. So take my tips and make sure you use a carrier oil or put it in a mask so your body will absorb it. Yeah, I tried the undiluted because I was crazy, but not for Blue Tansy, not for that one. Okay, so oil hacks. So a lot of us love to figure out more ways to use your oil, okay? Lavender, put a drop of lavender into your mascara. Now don't pump the mascara wand in, partly because if you get air into your product, that then dries it out. So you're not extending the life of it. You're actually cutting yourself short and you won't be able to use your mascara for very long. So put a couple drops in. So I don't have mascara on me, but put a couple drops in, then put your wand in and stir it. that will help. And then as you apply it, you have lavender on your lashes. Lavender helps increase healthy growth of your lashes, which also, fun fact, your lashes regenerate and regrow every 2 weeks. So if you all of a sudden see a bunch of lashes falling out in the shower or as you get ready for the morning, don't freak out. They will grow back. Your lashes grow back every 2 weeks. But this just helps healthy, long lashes. So if you want to get that long lash look, add lavender. Tea tree oil. So this is my tip, right? Our skin, as I mentioned, is everywhere and it's even under our hair, right? Scalp. So I would recommend putting 2 to 3 drops into your shampoo and then using that to like scrub your head. That promotes healthy scalp as well as prevents dandruff. So if you definitely struggle from dandruff, that's something I would recommend as well too. Then Immortelle. So we talked about this like anti-aging oil. Now the Immortelle roller is pure oil. Like it's not diluted. So everyone who sees that price is like, oh my God, how come the roller is so expensive? It's because it's straight oil and not diluted. Super powerful stuff. So what I would recommend is splitting it into 2 rollers and then topping it with your favorite carrier oil for your face. So something like jojoba oil, some people use rosehip oil. You could definitely use fractionated coconut oil, but extend the life of it and you'll get more bang out of your buck. To be honest, if you split it between the 2, it's just as effective, trust me, but at least you'll have 2 rollers. You can gift it to somebody if that makes sense. If you don't want 2 rollers, you can definitely gift it to someone. Okay, and then all the rage right now, right, is getting those plump lips. I don't know if you remember, but there was those like contraptions that people were like doing to their lips to like get them like super pouty before they put their makeup on. They would like suck something, I don't know. But here's an easy and more natural way to do it. Put Tamer. Tamer is one of the kids' lines. It's actually made for digestive support, but one of the main oils in it is spearmint. And you can also use spearmint, which is today's bogle oil, or even peppermint. What I would recommend is putting like a little drop on your finger or rubbing it right on to your lip, a clean lip. Or you could put a couple drops on your lip balm before you apply it on or into your favorite lip gloss. Yes, such a good BOGO today. So yeah, those are my oil hacks. Know that if you were thinking about what to do for your skincare regimen or how to apply or what things you should get, here's my recommendation. I would do the LLV, right? Those are staples not only for our skin, but also for digestive health, right? Overall health for our body. And then I would add in the Terrazyme because, right, as we notice, everything on our face is related to our digestive system. I would add Terrazyme, the PD Assist, and then also add in one of the regimens. So in this case, we have the Virage system. With that, you'll actually get the free oil of the month. So if this is something you want to focus on later down the line, you know, have this LRP ready to go. You could definitely do it next month and get the free oil of the month if you order it by the 15th, or save these for, you know, future LRPs that you make to get that free oil of the month. Plus you get points back on anything you order on LRP. Okay, with that, I'm gonna stop here, see if there's any questions that you folks might have, see if there's anything in the chat before we let everyone go. Oh, it's so good to see everyone's faces. Hi. Okay, let me see if there's anything in the chat. If not, please feel free to unmute yourself or please write it in the chat to see. Making the own wipes. Yes, I love that idea for the wipes. Everyone's loving that idea.
Hey, Britt.
Yes.
Hi. I was just thinking about, well, it's not necessarily facial skin related. That time that I got that really big cut on my hand, it was kind of like right on my thumb. Definitely frankincense and melaleuca were my go-to in helping it heal, not only quickly, but you actually can't see the scar or anything. Like it sort of just blends in. Like my hand is fine. But being very consistent, I think, was the key, because we wash our hands a lot, not just because of the pandemic, but we go to the bathroom and do so many things, that was having those rollers on hand all the time really helped me to like get through that healing process. And I didn't use a Band-Aid once. So thank you for sharing that with me when that happened. And I'm glad I'm able to share it with you guys today.
Yeah. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Mickey, for sharing. That's right. Yes. Skin is not only just facial skin, right? It can be cuts and stuff. And I remember Mickey called me and she was like, I cut open my hand. I'm like fixing my boat and I don't know what happened. And it was like a really gnarly cut. But yes, she's right. Consistency is key. And sorry, what was the oils you used again?
I had the Frank and Melaleuca rollers on hand, so that's what I used for a separate injury later. I had used the Correct X, which has been amazing as well.
Love that. Oh, thanks, Mickey. Anyone else have any questions or anything they wanted to share, like their tips and tricks of oils they love or any products that they love for their skincare regimen? No? Okay. Well, I'll stick on for a little while more. Let me stop